Hello and welcome to the story of a truly remarkable season. It was to begin and end with hope and optimism, but in between, matters on and off the pitch were some of the most momentous in the Blades' long history. The 1995-96 campaign wasn't preceded by the overconfident mood of the previous one, when United, in their first season after relegation from the Premiership, had been strongly fancied to return quickly, but had finished only 8th. Dave Bassett gave his team as good a chance as any of the lot, but gave short change to the notion that there was an outstanding side deserving the title promotion favourites. There had been little change over the summer. The issue of the John Street stand and the chairmanship of Reg Brearley was as contentious as ever. Player movement had been low-key. Despite the shock move to Leeds by Paul Beasley and Adrian Littlejohn's transfer to Plymouth, Paul Holland, a promising midfield player with Mansfield and an England under-21 international, was Bassett's only signing. Neither player nor manager was to survive the season. The Blades had enjoyed a pre-season in Norway before coming back to Sheffield for the photo call.
Yeah, also it's just a change of scenery as well. All the pitches that we used were very good. You know, they had a lot of grass on them as well, you know, so you don't get trouble with your feet and blisters. As we said, it's a change of scenery. And it was a bit cooler out there than it was here, I believe, for the last couple of weeks.
Alan Kelly had a busy summer with Ireland before linking up with United.
Having played a season in the First Division, we know what we have to do to get out of it. We want to get out of it, we want to be where everybody else wants to be, in the Premier Division. And to do that, you've got to have a good set of lads, good team spirit, and obviously get off on a good start.
And how about your form? How do you feel you're going to be?
Well, I've not really stopped, really, so yeah, I'm quite happy, just ticking along. Obviously there's room for improvement in all of us, and me included, so I just keep working as hard as I possibly can and do that for Sheffield United.
Dave Bassett startled Blades fans when he confirmed his interest in signing Trevor Francis as a United player.
Trevor Francis has seen it all, done it all. It's whether he's going to be happy in his own mind. As far as I'm concerned, I'm convinced Trevor could do a substitute job for us. You can't take quality and pure class away from people. Trevor Francis with a goal at his mercy, I know is going to put the ball in his net. I'm not always sure my strikers are in the same situation.
The prospect of playing Sheffield Wednesday in the Steel City Challenge was an ideal workout.
Well, I've said before, it doesn't really matter what happens in this particular game. It's not going to decide what's going to happen during the season. And you mustn't get carried away. We beat Wednesday 3-2 last year, and it didn't guarantee us anything during the season. Yes, but I think it's a good game. I think it's a good opportunity. There should be a good crowd. There'd be a bit of competitive edge to it. And it's an ideal sort of pre-season game, as far as I'm concerned, irrespective of which way you look at it. I'd rather have this type of game than a lot of other games.
Over 13,000 fans got a preview of the two Sheffield clubs when they clashed at Bramall Lane in the Steel City Challenge Trophy. Jostein Flo got the better of Chris Woods. In the first half, United, the holders, made the running. The Owls turned the tables after the break, and the Blades, despite the inclusion of new signing Paul Holland, wilted as David Hurst and Peter Atherton put the visitors ahead. A third goal at the end by Mark Bright was tough on the heroic Alan Kelly. Des Walker was the first recipient of the magnificent new trophy. Searing sun greeted the new season as the Blades travelled away for an opening day against Watford.
Paul Rogers shadowing the forwards, trying to get the ball back. In comes the cross. Headed down, and look at the overhead kick, and there's nothing Kelly can do about that. Terrific start for Watford, and some goal as well. Alan Kelly, no chance. Nielsen carries this one forward. Now Viet and Mitch Ward. Ward chips up the cross, headed on nicely, and Blake's there, and that's the equaliser. Nathan Blake links up well with Rob Scott, and that's the goal. Lovely ball in by Mitch Ward. Rob Scott did his job and Blake just got ahead of the defender. Perfect finish. Opens his account early then, Nathan Blake. Still a bit of work to do in this match. And another long-range strike. And again, for the second time, Alan Kelly is given no chance. Nicely teed up by Hessenthaler and drilled in the corner.
A catalogue of missed chances made worse by Aldridge's acceptance of 2 simple goals confirmed a home defeat for a United team who seemed strangely out of sorts.
Well, obviously I'm disappointed and the players are disappointed. Everybody is. You don't want to lose your first 2 games, but there's a long way to go. It's not the start we anticipated. We've got 44 more games to play and we've got to get down to the drawing board and go back to the basics and not play like we did in the first half today.
United trailing 1-0. Banger with the Oldham goal, looking to come back from that now with Viet. Viet whips in the cross. Oh, it's close and it's off the bar and it hit it twice. Will not go in for United. 1-0 behind. That would have been just what they wanted. That one's easy for the keeper. Brian Gale's been in an incident there in the defence, and Gale's in trouble. And having been restored to the lineup, the club captain's sent off. Sheffield United with 10 men. That's a lovely ball infield there, and that's going to be the goal that Oldham wants. Just sprung the offside trap, and it's the perfect finish off the post. Blake, good pace, good acceleration. Nathan Blake still going. Blake, oh look at that! That's outstanding skill from Nathan Blake. Terrific goal.
A reshaped side without Kelly, Tuttle and Holland, the latest crop of injuries, faced Palace at home.
Lovely ball in by Ward, and there's the shot by Beard. And deflected and off the post. Without the deflection, this could well have been very close. Just there. Good battling by Whitehouse, but he's lost it. And Palace surge forward, and there's a problem here. They've got a good chance. Palace under the keeper and into the back of the net. United trail 1-0. Mark Blount just caught there, right in the penalty area, and nothing that Billy Mercer could do. Free kick forged out wide by Rodgers. Here's Beard. It's a good ball in there. Flows there! That's the goal they wanted. 1-1, and you can feel the relief. Beard picked him out beautifully well, and the header was taken tremendously. Oh, and they've got half a chance here. Here's Dame Whitehouse. Oh, brilliant goal. Whitehouse hits it like a rocket, and that was unstoppable. Just nodded to him nicely, and he's hit that tremendously well. (2-1) in the lead. Desperately crucial part of the game, and it's 2-2. And United have gone silent again. What a struggle this is proving to be, and here is real danger, and this is going to be number 3, and that's broken the hearts of the Blades players. Lovely little touch, easy goal.
17-year-old Steve Hawes makes his debut as Sheffield United's youngest ever player against West Brom.
Bit of early pressure for West Brom. Second chance for the cross. There's the header. And United trail 1-0. Must get that ball clear. They've sneaked it through though. And that's number 2. Now, Whitehouse. Good ball in field. Good break here by the Blades. Blake's in there. And the goal's gone in. Forced into the back of the net. And a little bit fortunate, but they all count. Now more problems for United. Good save first time, but there's no mistake on the second attempt. And that's going to be curtains for United now. Roger Nielsen can't get it clear. It's it first time, great save Kelly. Off the post, can he re-salvage it? No. It drops to Norwich and they've scored. Just got a touch to that, it hit the bar. He was scrambling for it. Very, very unfortunate goal. Now the free kick which Hodges will take. Nathan Blake's there, power header, and he was onside, no doubt about it. With that man on the line, he had to be onside, and that's the equaliser. And up there's Viet, 2-1. That's what they wanted to see. Ball bludgeoned in by Nielsen, and Viet beats the keeper. So after the Norwich victory, Charlton follow on, and Blake's up there again, and it's the same combination. Hodges to Blake from that lethal free kick, delivered perfectly. And the header's down and difficult for the keeper. Flicked on by Flo, Blake's in there. Oh, it's gone in! Mitch Ward followed it in, but I think it was just the spin that took that ball in there. Blake got a touch, it bounces awkwardly and goes in the net.
6 points in 2 games and United had climbed to 19th place. And then in front of local TV cameras, United played Barnsley at Oakwell.
Drilled in again, beyond the keeper. Here's Liddell at the back post. Jackson might get a header in too. Great chance for Davis. 1-0 Barnsley. And Steve Davis just can't stop scoring goals. He can't believe it.
Great ball in with pace. Doesn't matter who touches it on. It was a Sheffield United defender. Back across from Payton. And there's one header, 2 headers not attacked by Sheffield United. Then he's got a relatively free header, but he powered it well into the corner.
Free kick Barnsley. Oh, nice little dummy from Jackson who allowed it to run through. Redfern! Great shot, great save! Andy Payton, 2-0 for Barnsley. Alan Kelly curses he did so well to keep out Redfern's effort, which was destined for the bottom corner. Payton was there first, the predator. See if Jackson can make it 3 here. He had the chance.
Well, there again, the guy was given room and time to get it down, turn and have a shot.
Blake surely now for Sheffield United. He's on his way. It's there. It's 2-1. What a mistake by Barnsley, and they have let Sheffield United back into it. But you can't blame Butler.
He gets free here. He knows he's going to be one-on-one. He takes it centrally. Draws the goalkeeper and puts it in the opposite corner. Good finish, lifts it as the goalkeeper goes down, and he waited well and finished it well. Long time to think about it here. Gets into the box, sees the goalkeeper going down and just puts it over the top of him.
Okay. And now at full stretch again, it's Viet. Blake's alongside him, Carl Viet. It might go in, from Blake. And that's 2-2, and Sheffield United are right back in it. Well, just as in the first half, Kelly kept out a shot and was then beaten by the follow-up, so Lee Butler can do nothing about Nathan Blake's second.
Well, the young lad's at full stretch, poor clearance. I thought he was going to slip it early, but he's took a chance and had a shot. And it's ricocheted perfectly for Nathan Blake. Gets his second goal into the corner. He doesn't miss them from there. But the young lad Moses, he could have stuck it in the stand for me, and he's tried to get his foot on a good contact. He's hit Butler, come down. Nobody there reacting. The young lad's trying to get back across, and Blake sticks it in net. Thank you very much.
The Blades' 100th Coca-Cola Cup tie, the opposition Bury, and a flying start.
Now here's Whitehouse, left wing. Lovely 1-2 with Mitch Ward. Whitehouse in the penalty area. That's got to be a spot kick, and the referee has no hesitation. Not even a complaint from the Bury defence. It was clear cut. Whitehouse takes it on, and there, no question about it. And Dane himself steps up to take this. League Cup second round. And he does miss too many. And that was taken with precision. No chance at all for the keeper, Lee Bracey. Dawes tries to whip in the cross there, headed away first time. Whitehouse helps it on. And hooked away again by the Blades, but Bury pressure here. It drops down again in that penalty area, and it's driven in by Phil Stant. And Kelly got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Just dropped invitingly for him there, and it's a fine finish, 1-1. Alan Kelly. Flicked on by Blake, Wiertz in there. Ward helps it on. Carl Wiertz got a fortunate bounce, and he takes full advantage. Lifts it over the keeper and into the back of the net, and that should prove to be enough for the Blades on the night. Wiertz, good anticipation, and the perfect finish, 2-1.
Another televised derby, away at Huddersfield Town.
Nielsen flows in the middle as well, and he'll be under this one. Jostein Flo, Sheffield United in front. That's why he's in there. Well, they've seen a Sheffield defence having to soak up all the pressure from Huddersfield, but it's Jostein Flo, the tall Norwegian, who gets the afternoon's first goal with a deliberate and a perfectly placed header.
Yeah, I mean that's his game all over, isn't it? Like, soaked it up a bit. All of a sudden, they break down the left. Whitehouse does well. Pulls the ball back across. Also, there he is, back stick. Thank you very much.
I saw Tony Newman getting his hands to the ball, but unable to keep it out. So it's a great boost that for Sheffield United. And when he's taken too long, here's Glyn Hodges, he can make it two. It's 2-0 Sheffield United. Calamitous defending by Huddersfield Town. A goal for the Welshman, and Sheffield have taken this game by the scruff of the neck.
That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, the way the Huddersfield started the game, you think it was only them going to be scoring. All of a sudden, 2-0 down. I mean, he goes through with some bad defending from Pat Scully there, and one-on-one situations, you've got to back Glyn Hodges there. He's very, very cool in front of goal. That's a very good execution, but poor defending.
Leeson, it was the culprit, I'm afraid, after the header down from Flo. Cool finish, Hodges, 2-0 Sheffield United. Tuttle yet again. David Tuttle never quite established himself at Spurs, but he really has done with Sheffield United. Now he just wants a run of fitness. Done. There's plenty in the middle for this one. Jepson, and he's got that one in! Ronnie Jepson at long last. Breathes new life into the game. For once, Sheffield United at Court Square. Dunn's ball created it. Jepson's header finished it. Huddersfield 1, Sheffield United 2 now.
That goes Marshall. Dangerous player, Marshall. He's trying to wiggle his way into the penalty box. He gets a free kick on the edge of it. Referee having problems with that wall. Thinks it's okay now. Oh, it's a good old hit and great save by Kelly. Tremendous stop from Alan Kelly yet again. It's hit very, very hard. It's a fine piece of goalkeeping. Blount. Oh, he sneaked over the cross. There's a chance here. In again towards Blake. Thank you very much. Doesn't miss them from that range. And that's the positive start that Sheffield United wanted. Good first touch, and in one fell swoop, the goal. Hodges. Good delivery from the corner. Flo perfectly on his head. Tuttle heads it down and Blake scores, but no. Ruled out for offside. Just there, must have been only an inch off. Looked pretty level to me. Still 1-0, Rodgers now sending Blake forward again. Nice 1-2 with Austin Flo. Blake in the area, got to be a penalty, and it's given. Pretty straightforward decision for the referee. The good 1-2, his acceleration took him away from the defender, and just there he was prevented from going further. Dane Whitehouse takes it. Oh, and yet again it's dead in the corner. Clipped the post on its way in. Perfection. Nerves of steel. And a 2-0 lead. Not a good header back by Roger Nielsen. The Blades are in trouble. Marshall's there. Tremendous stop, Kelly. Excellent save. Really was. Hodges, that's a good ball in. Marshall heads it away. There's a chance. It's off the bar from Rodgers. Well, a couple of inches lower and that was game over. Marshall's in there, and he's got one back for Ipswich. And this time, Alan Kelly isn't given a chance of saving United. Marshall's in there again. Oh, it's gone in. It's gone in, it's the equaliser. 2 goals in quick succession, and all the good work is undone. Mix up there in the box. Now Berry, second round, second leg, and they get off to the most incredible start. This is not going to be an easy night for Sheffield United. 1-0 already. And that's level after the 2 on first leg. Now it's 2. And again, this marking looks a little bit slack as Berry attack. And it's very slack there, because that's 3-0 on the night. And the Blades have a mountain to climb. Viet. Good ball whipped in. Flows header, hits the post. Holland pulls it back in. Always got it back the second time. They need more of that if they're going to get through to the next round. Oh, it's a good ball in the middle. There's no one marking, and that's number 4. And the celebrations to go with it. Nielsen chips this into the area. It's got to be a goal for Holland, yes it is.
So a shock exit from the Coca-Cola Cup and a disappointing 2-0 defeat against Derby County. And the Blades then away to Southend.
Now United have been caught there. There's half a chance for Southend. It's over the keeper, and it's in the back of the net. And Foran was left in a lone chase. 1-0 down, Kelly's big kick. Flo, great head on. Chance here, Hodges. Helps it on for Holland, and that's the goal back. Good finish, beautifully set up by Hodges. Look at that cheeky little flick. And Holland levels it up at 1-1. Oh, that's a good hit and a great goal. That's 2-1. Southend with a wonder goal. Mitch Ward's crossing. Looks to be a bit of argy-bargy in that middle, and Blake's not happy about it. And the defender making some sort of allegations to the referee. Seemed to be gesturing that Blake had spat at him. Not sure that that was the case, and if it was, he's been harshly punished for it. Sent off. Here's Lowe for Leicester. Out wide to the flank. It's a good ball in, and that's 1-0. Ewan Roberts. Gannon. Headed on by Blake, and Flo's got the final touch. That's one apiece. Oh, Nielsen's header back. Doesn't reach Kelly, and it's been hammered in. And this could be more now. 2-1 it is. Lowe's there, turns in field. Lowe shoots and scores, 3-1.
The last game in October saw Sheffield United lose to Wolves, and these are worrying times for Dave Bassett as they take on Portsmouth at home.
Blake in the penalty area. Oh, looks for the first time shot, turned away by the keeper. It's a real constant threat to the defenders. It's a good stop by the goalkeeper. Bounces up again, Blake's in there, Hodges turns in field, Hodges still going, oh, fine stop. Blake trying to whip it in as well, it's gone behind. Hodges there showing his class, deserved a goal almost there, but it wouldn't go in for them again. This is Fitzroy Simpson for Portsmouth. Oh, and that's swerved desperately, awkwardly for Kelly. And really, in the end, not much you could do about that. Hits it there and it just swerves away from him. 1-0 to Portsmouth. And it's, again, a struggle for United. Hodges' corner. Oh, he's headed off the bar. Blake's there again, no. Won't go in. And you can almost feel the frustration and the tension. Viet will get there. Blake's there. Saved by the keeper, but Viet sweeps in the rebound. And finally the goal's in. Carl Viet, he's got a goal in him at crucial times. He's done it again today. It's a big kick by Alan Kelly. Here's Hodges again. Oh, he sneaked in the cross, and that's going to be number 2. Perfect finish by Justin Flo. It seemed difficult to get the cross in to that angle, but Hodges did it, and Flo finished it. Hodges again. Deft bit of skill. Viet. He's gone round Simpson, and it was a tackle from behind, and the referee's reaching into his pocket. Yeah, he didn't play the ball there. So this is definitely a chance for Hodges to put his mark on the game again. Perfect ball in, Tuttle heads it across, and that's another goal. Carl Veert's second. And this is turning into one of the best performances at home this season. Tuttle did his job. And there was Veert, just powering the header in and taking the keeper in with him. It's flicked on nicely. Oh, it's followed in by Battersby, and he gets the goal. 4-1. Well, Battersby rewarded here for his persistence, and that'll do nicely for him. Good chance for United early on. Flow. It's a good ball in by Beard. Blake's there. Still Blake. Oh, just across the face of goal. Got a second chance, and he tried to play in Veert there, just missed him. Now, McCarthy for Port Vale. And he's got it back, McCarthy. They've got two dangerous wingers, he's one of them. And Tony Naylor strikes in the goal. That's a terrific move. Give them credit for that. United go a goal down after making much of the early running. Here's Gannon with the corner. It was aimed at Blake. Blake's got it back. And there's still the chance here. Nathan Blake. Oh, it's there. Scissor kick type effort. And yet again, he finds the back of the net. Mitch Ward's cross. Blake went for it first time, one bounce and into the corner. 1-1 the equaliser. Blake again here, trying to whip it down the line for Hodges. Still going Blake. Oh, he hits it, Nathan Blake! Great goal! He finds the corner. His second of the match. He always seems to score here at Port Vale. He did it last season, and he's got two more today, and that one the best of the lot. Gannon's corner. Oh, the keeper's come a long way for that. Oh, and Dougie Hodgson struck a bullet there, and he wasn't far away. Good positive run in. Kept it down. Could have gone anywhere, but it just hit the top of the bar. Headed into the penalty area there. Blake's there. Hodges is there. Glyn Hodges. Sheer quality. Super goal. Lovely finish by a man with class. Didn't give the keeper a chance. In fact, he sent him the wrong way. 3-1 to Sheffield United. Just the tense closing stages now for them to negotiate. Oh, and that's 3-2. And Simon Tracy had no chance. It took a wicked deflection. But the Blades should have done enough today.
A 2-0 defeat against Sunderland had seen on loan David White make his debut, but the team was still hesitant and nervous against Grimsby.
Gannon. Support from Whitehouse. Oh, it's a good little turn. That's a fine ball in and flows there, and it's just wide. Just didn't wrap his foot round the ball enough to direct it towards goal, but it's a good early effort. That's defended well, but there's a second chance. Kelly away with his feet, but it's in. And United go behind. Good link up, fine ball in, and there are problems again for Sheffield United, and that's number 2, and it was struck beautifully. Grimsby pile on the agony. Mitch Ward's corner, fisted away by the keeper. Oh, and driven in, and it's a goal. That's one back. Hodges' shot, Blake's header.
The Blades had secured a point with a 0-0 draw at home to Reading, and then to Derby.
Derby going beautifully well in Division 1. Oh, and that's why it's gone under Kelly. And Sturridge has scored. Viet, beautiful. Carl Viet, it's a good run this. That's the 3rd man he's beaten. Oh, he's laid it on for Nathan Blake. Great goal for Sheffield United. Carl Viet beats 4 men and puts it into the path of Blake, and he makes no mistake. Gannon's corner. It's 2-1. Carl Viet arrives on the blind side, and you can hear the thud as he buries this. And United have got the leaders in all sorts of trouble. Sturridge in the box, penalty given. Oh, and it's taken well by the Dutchman. 2-2. And that's going to be number 3. And all of a sudden, from being ahead, United are down, and they're now trailing badly. Gabbiadini makes it 4. Booth helps it on. Oh, and that's the goal. Andy Booth. Booth there again, nods it down, and it's headed in, and that's 2-0 Huddersfield.
The defeat by Huddersfield was the 4th in 5 games, and Dave Bassett's after-match press conference seemed to suggest that he knew the writing was on the wall. 3 days later, on a miserable and wet December afternoon, his 8-year relationship with the Blades came to an end, with statements from United and Bassett.
The Board of Directors of Sheffield United Football Club today announced that the club and its team manager, Mr Dave Bassett, have agreed to part company on amicable terms.
The fans who'd gathered during the morning as the speculation gained momentum were quick to react. Their emotions ranged from despair to acceptance. But the slide on the field had shredded the team's confidence and left the manager frustrated in his efforts to stop the rot. To some, it was inconceivable that he was going.
I'm very, very disappointed. There's only one way this club's going now, and it's down. That's it. Without Bassett, this club's finished.
I'm not surprised. I think with all the upheaval they've had at the club, it's not really a surprise event. I think it's surprising that he's left of his own accord rather than people asking him to go. I think that's probably the surprise.
Don't get my ticket for Ipswich, I've finished.
I think it's a sad day in many ways, but you've always got to look forward in football, and I think looking forward is what we're doing at the moment.
A right decision by the board?
I think so, yes. I think sometimes you can be there in a club a little bit too long.
When did you find out?
He told us first thing this morning, and in with the rest of his staff. He told us the way it was going to be, that they'd come to an agreement, and we were left to get on with things and do our part for the club, and he would take his career a different direction.
We were never aware that he was going to leave. When it did come, it was quite a shock to all the lads. And as players and professionals, we were playing more for our pride than anything else.
It's all happened so quickly. I don't think people had a chance to gather themselves really. You know, next couple of days we'll have to try and clear our heads and get on with the job in hand really.
The manager in question faced the press in his office and shared the burden of his torment, though he was realistic enough to know that he and the club had done the right thing.
I'm sad, you know, I mean, 8 years of your life at a place like this is a lot, and, you know, Christ, we've been through a lot of you know, turbulent times. We've been up, you know, we was down to start with, then we went up, didn't we? And we've had some great times, you know, the cup semi-final, playing, you know, beating Manchester United in the cup and the Premiership games. You know, the great disappointment on that last day at Chelsea. And you know, I've had more good times and I've had bad times, and I've enjoyed my 8 years at Sheffield United. You know, it'll always be a big part of me, be the biggest part of me as Wimbledon was. You know, I leave in good spirits. You know, as I say, the board, you know, have been very, very good to me. You know, I mean, they've been supportive in every way. You know, I just need a new challenge now, you know, and that's what sort of made me come to the conclusion that I needed a new challenge, because, you know, it was a little bit too much, you know, too little, too late, really, for me. Yeah. And I think, you know, from the club's point of view as well, I think it's probably right that somebody who comes in fresh can give a fresh impetus to the club.
A day later, Howard Kendall was put in charge and brought with him 2 associates from his own playing days. Adrian Heath became assistant manager, as well as being registered to play, whilst Viv Busby came as coach with a considerable amount of experience both on and off the field. After just 2 sessions with the players, Kendall took his first ever Sheffield United squad to Ipswich for the first of 2 away games.
I seem to remember that in the first half we seemed to change this the system. And I think we played something like 22 passes once in our own half and never actually got out of it. So it was quite a culture shock. You know, we were like Brazil, but in Brazil in our own half. And obviously, Howard Kendall came in and told us what he really wanted us to do, and we got a creditable draw from the first one.
Howard Kendall's first match presents a few problems as Marshall chases into the penalty box, and it's an own goal and a dreadful start. Good ball forward, Carl Veer helps it on for David White. White, good cross, Starbuck, fine goal.
Debuts next for 3 players, Vonk, Heath and Patterson, who gets off to a dream start.
Patterson arriving on the edge of the area, Mark Patterson, oh look at that for a goal. The debut brings a real fizzing strike into the top corner. 1-0 ahead, Sheffield United. Oh, it's not defended with the best, and it's gone in. Just couldn't get the corner away, and Gleghorn was arriving there to finish it. 1-1. Comes the cross again. United hanging on. Stoke up there surging for playoffs, and that's why. That's 2-1 to Stoke, and that'll do nicely for them. Good ball in, Sheeran just got a touch, and the Blades are behind. Sheffield United forcing Stoke back at the minute. It was very nearly in by the goalkeeper. Whitehouse again. Hodges, good touch, wants it back. He's got it. Perfect ball to the far post, and there's the goal. Terrific finish as well. David White with the header, and Hodges put it on his forehead. That ball in was absolutely perfect. Didn't have to move, and a justified equaliser, 2-2.
Howard Kendall had made a promising start. The world hadn't been set on fire, but the team had played well, and the signs of a revival had been shown. The task he had inherited was monumental. The Blades were 23rd in the division when he took over, and still were. So what were his reasons for taking on the job that demanded almost instant success?
Well, I think that the ambitions of a new chairman, a new board of directors, and the ideas he had for the club were very, very exciting. It is a big club. It's been a sleeping giant for a number of years, and certainly Mike MacDonald, the new chairman, really wanted it to take off. I think he's proved to the Sheffield public that by making a managerial change, a new backroom staff, work starting on the new stand, which is very, very important in terms of atmosphere within the ground, that he is determined to try and put Sheffield United back on the map and up with the elite again. I was excited that he felt that I was the man for the job. I'd been out of football for a little while, and determined not to just go back into it unless the possibilities of success were there with a club and an ambitious club.
But when you come into a big club and you do make sweeping changes, there was no good coming in and trying to get on with the personnel that were here, because obviously it needed changes, and we looked at it very early on and started to make drastic changes straight away. And that takes time to gel. But once it starts to gel, as I say, it's gone from strength to strength. But the task was a mammoth one when we came here, and we're very delighted to have turned the things round.
The position that they're in at the moment, I mean, for a new manager, it is difficult, but also it does give you time.
So when we came in, we knew it was going to be very difficult, but we did make changes in terms of training methods, etc. And the lads started to enjoy what they were doing, but then they've got to believe in what you're doing, and sometimes they look at it and think, well, is this going to be a 5-minute wonder, or are they going to continue this way all the way through?
But hopefully over a longer term, I'm sure we can bring back exciting football, hopefully successful football, because I think that the public of Sheffield, the Sheffield United side of Sheffield, want that very badly.
Long ball pumped forward. Kevin Francis on the chest. Real buzz about the place today as Birmingham launch one of the first attacks. Oh, that's deflected and Francis is there on hand. Couldn't miss it. Simplest of goals for a 1-0 lead to the visitors. Just all dragged a little bit to that near post. 1-0. Hodges corner. Headed away. Patterson's in there. Oh, jackknife header. And in it goes. 1-1. Patterson's there again. Just arrived at the right time and got the power.
Mark Patterson was proving to be a great success, having scored twice in as many games. The fans were delighted with the new signing.
When a club is down where we are, I think that people need to see from the positive side that changes are going to be made, because they are where they are because they're not good enough. And I felt that the course of action we took in terms of a transfer deal with Bolton Wanderers, with Nathan Blake leaving and Mark Patterson coming in, which brought into the club well over £1 million, that enabled me really to bring in players who I knew who would do a tremendous job in our position. And not only in our position, but I'm sure will play a part in a successful future for Sheffield United.
Howard Kendall felt that the current squad was too big, and few would disagree. The assessment of Nathan Blake took only 45 minutes at Ipswich Town. He was quickly sold in part exchange for Mark Patterson.
I've known Mark Patterson throughout his career. In fact, I was at Blackburn Rovers when he signed as a schoolboy. He's had a good career, he's a good club man, and he's a player who responds to a challenge, and I'm sure that he's the type that will help us get out of trouble.
Well, initially I was surprised because I just played against Norwich at Bolton, and the morning after I went in and got a call from Howard asking to come over. I'd like to go for talks, you know, him with Blakey going the other way.
I insisted on him being part of the deal when Bolton were insisting on taking Nathan Blake.
I was a bit apprehensive to start with, obviously, what the position they were in. And then I came over, had talks with Howard, he told us his plans, and Charles as well told us his plans, looked at the stadium, told us the stands are going to be ready for next season. So yeah, I had no hesitations whatsoever. Signed within like 24 hours, I think.
You need to see goals in your team, and I think if you suddenly take away a goal scorer, yeah, I mean, I was looking for an all-round improvement with the money that was being spent. At the same time, I'm well aware that those goals needed to be replaced, but possibly not just by one player, by the team.
FA Cup third round, Highbury the venue, Sheffield United with their big chance against the might of Arsenal. The dugout looks on as the match gets underway, and already one or two good passes, and there's Hodges looking for an early opening to David White. Seaman read it well. That was a lovely clip over the top by Glyn Hodges. Arsenal held as their man on this left-hand side. He's got pace. Dutch international, Glenn Helder. It's not a bad ball in there, but Alan Kelly watches it all the way. Headed down by White again from Kelly's kick. Starbuck tried the first time shot. Gannon has it back. Here's Short. Going to try and go around the outside. Short. Has he got a corner? Yes, he has. Good early impact then from the signing to Notts County. Chris Short. And Hodges allowed to take this corner to the far post. Headed down well, and there's a chance in there, and Seaman stops it with his left boot on the line. Bit more purchase on that from David White, and that would have been 1-0. It's a good solid nod down by Vonk, and he just didn't get the shot, and that allowed Seaman to scramble across his goal. Good tackle again by Gordon Cowans. Starbuck to Hodges. Oh, that's going to be a fortunate break for David White, and it's over the bar. It's his second chance. It's a fortunate deflection. White was in the area, just over the angle. Seaman stood up well, though. Paul Merson cuts inside Cowans. First time shot, Kelly. Supreme in goal. And already Sheffield United in this match have shown some terrific football against Arsenal. Been a joy to watch. Here's Cowans again. Gannon. Now White. It's good passing. Gordon Cowans sizes up the shot, and it wasn't a bad effort. But David Seaman made it look easy. Jensen pushes that one through. Here's Merson. Good run by Paul Merson. Fine ball in. Wright's there. And Ian Wright scores for Arsenal. United go behind. Jensen helped it on to Merson. Merson's run was cutting. It's a good ball in. And Ian Wright just getting ahead of the defenders. Still 1-0. Sheffield United very much in this game. David White again. He's led the line superbly well. Short. There's Adrian Heath, thrown on as a substitute. Oh, it's a good ball in. Whitehouse is there. Tremendous. Blasts it into the corner, and the Blades have their just dessert. That's why Adrian Heath was put on by Howard Kendall. Puts it on a sixpence, and Whitehouse buries it.
Defensive strongman Michael Vonk was a vital component in the new jigsaw. Out of favourite Manchester City, Vonk elected to help Howard Kendall steady the ship at Bramall Lane.
The defensive record here wasn't very good, and I think that he was unsettled in Manchester City. Now, with Brian Gale's long-term injury, I felt that someone of Vonk's experience, he's been a Premier League player pretty regularly with Manchester City since he came over from Holland. He's a good defender, and he was a player I moved for immediately.
Against Tranmere Rovers, we see Don Hutchison making his debut.
Steadied away, driven back in again. Half a chance in there. Hodges is there, and he scored. Glyn Hodges does the business for Sheffield United. Just a little jab, but he got the force behind it. Oh, into the penalty area. Half a chance for Tranmere, they've got back in it. Disappointment for the Blades after just going ahead. Oh, now Vonk, was he a bit late? Yes, the referee, second yellow and a red, and Vonk sent off.
Well, he came with an injury, a hamstring injury. He's also had a suspension. With Tuttle also having a suspension, we've not really been able to settle into a defensive partnership or a defensive system with the same bodies. And, you know, that will happen, that will come hopefully very soon.
1-0 to
Having acquitted themselves magnificently at Highbury against Arsenal, the Blades have earned an FA Cup third-round replay at home against the likes of Platt, Seaman and Bergkamp.
To go to Arsenal, I mean, it was a tremendous confidence booster to come back here after a draw at Arsenal and then to beat them convincingly, I felt, here at Bramall Lane.
McGowan in. Michel Fogg. Now Ward. Oh, the old stumble. Whitehouse with a header. It was Dane Whitehouse's goal past David Seaman in the last 12 minutes at Highbury, which made this replay necessary. And both he and Lee Dixon fell to the ground, but Whitehouse recovered sufficiently to test Seaman. Been a confident start this by Sheffield United. David White. Beautifully played for Mitch Ward. Chance for Beard. Kieran got in some kind of a challenge. And Carl Beard has to settle for a corner kick. What a pass from David White, though, to pick out Mitch Ward in the first place. Towards Tuttle at the near post, Keown did well again. Helder didn't do quite so well. This is Veert. Blocked by Jensen that time. Some important work being done in front of David Seaman. Mitch Ward into the path of Chris Shaw. Look at the space for him. Turned away to White. Oh! How unlucky can you be? Veert's there with a header. David White, a whisker away from giving Sheffield United the lead. David Seaman didn't know it had happened. Broke off Jensen and just bounced a yard the right side of the line as far as Seaman was concerned. Nicely played by Nielsen. Ward to short. White. Centre passing being well appreciated by the Sheffield United fans. Carl Veert. Certainly there's been a change in approach since Howard Kendall arrived. David Bassett's style was typically more up and at 'em. Veert's shot disappointing, but the approach play was excellent. Bergkamp. Good strong defending by Von. White to Patterson. Whitehouse is on his way. And what a pass that is from Mark Patterson. Dane Whitehouse against Andy Linnigan. He's done well, and Mark Veert has done very well. And at last, Sheffield United take the lead. What a really good goal. Howard Kendall trying to hide his emotions, but he must be proud of that. Beautifully played into the path of Whitehouse, who just stood Linnigan up, stole half a yard. Veert got ahead of Keown at the near post, and Sheffield United take a deserved lead. What a pass from Mark Patterson, though, to spring the Arsenal defence. And for once, the central defenders lost their man. Break on. Patterson. Veert to his left. David White steaming forward to his right. This is David White. Well, there's an element of surprise there. Short back lift. Bergkamp. Good challenge by Patterson, on by Veert. Here goes White. David White. Powerful ground shot from David White. took responsibility, forced Seaman to make the save. We have played a minute of stoppage time, and Cowans has found Hodges. In goes White. Out it goes by Linnigan. McGowan. Won back by Short. Pull back. Be it! Oh, what a save that is from David Seaman. Well, if Arsenal do dig themselves out of this hole, and it's very unlikely, that will be remembered as one of the moments in the FA Cup this season. An astonishing stop by David Seaman. Arsenal can't save it without the ball. Well, the third round of the FA Cup never fails to disappoint. There's always something to remember it by, and this year it's another early exit for Arsenal at the hands of struggling Sheffield United in the masterful hands now of Howard Kendall.
Yeah, I think the lads were up to it, and I think when you look at a team, you send a team out to play, you're not looking at them to everyone to be at their best on that particular night. Maybe you get 6 or 7 and 3 or 4 or just ordinary on the night, but that night, I mean, everyone really performed to their maximum, and we have to do that at the moment. If you're playing against a Premier League side, players would have to be at their maximum to get a result, and they were that night.
Good corner by Mitch Ward. Keeper does a good clearance as he fists it clear. Here's Patterson. Oh, he's done well, Mark Patterson. Good break. Oh, he hits the shot. A great effort. Good stop by the keeper. Still a chance. Hutchison. Good ball in, and that's a goal for David Tuttle. Well crafted by Hutchison, and finished off with real venom by David Tuttle. Nielsen. Oh, Nielsen, what's he doing there? It's gone in. It's a goal.
Match day preparation at Bramall Lane is a highly complex affair. A lot of people and a lot of services have to be in the right place at the right time. Behind the scenes activity can be frantic, and it takes up the whole of match day to ensure the safety and comfort of all fans and guests. Let us take you behind the scenes.
It's the 28th, Aston Villa. We are match of the day live from 3:45. So there's nothing so telling and revealing as the television cameras. So providing that we do what we normally do, and we do that well, then we don't have a problem.
The FA Cup fourth round tie against Aston Villa was a high-profile television encounter.
Oh yeah, watch most games.
Jeopardised by heavy snow, only sterling efforts by the ground staff had made the game possible. Given the all-clear, everyone swung into action.
Now you're going to believe us, we're going to win the cup.
Alright, you're very smart. You want to come and take a seat here? Good lad. And what was up here? Have a look. Delve in it. My magic set. Oh! Nice ball for you there.
Is it Stella? Stella. Thank you. Come on, you blade!
Movie star and Blades fanatic Sean Bean was there.
How long have you supported Sheffield United?
Well, as long as I can remember, really. I think my dad took me when I was about 7 years old. Went to a night match, good atmosphere with all the floodlights on, and ever since then, you know, over the years I've tried to get back when I can, and it's great. It's good stuff.
Thanks for talking to us. Hope you're smiling at the end of the game.
So do I.
Johnson. Oh, good save by Kelly. Johnson really got hold of that, and Alan Kelly was fully extended. Last 10 minutes of this first half. Tutton's header, and here's Hutchison. Well, it took 20 minutes or so for Sheffield United to make any kind of starts in the tie. Aston Villa have certainly been the dominant force, but perhaps their goalkeeper Mark Bosnich made the best save of the half, but perhaps the best chance of the half, which came the way of Don Hutchison. Smoothly with Johnson. Milosevic. Ooh, he goes down under the pressure of Kelly's challenge, and after a long, long look, Alan Wilkie says penalty. How cool can you be? There is one very confident finisher.
I thought it was going to be a different type of game to the Arsenal game, which it turned out to be. And we went up to it on the day, although we did go out to a controversial penalty. But it's disappointing to go out in that particular way. I don't think we could have played any worse in the return if we'd got them back to Villa Park. So maybe we would have gone through.
When Don Hutchison arrived from West Ham United, he became United's record signing and the first £1 million player to wear a United shirt. That can buy a level of expectation and pressure that can affect a player's performance.
It will take him a little time to settle in. I think that possibly that is the case. You know, record buy, you're always under the microscope. And I think that one thing that he has in his favour, that he's a tremendously gifted player. And I think that hopefully class will tell and will come through, and I'm sure it will.
David White had been on loan during Dave Bassett's reign, but Kendall, who knew him from his Manchester City days, paid £500,000 to bring him permanently to the lane.
Well, I think he needed to settle down. I think his move from Manchester City to Leeds wasn't that successful because he was in and out of the Leeds side. He had a couple of injury problems. At the same time, I think now that he's settled after a long spell, he has signed a contract, that he now gets on with the job here at Sheffield United, and I think that can only be good for David White and for Sheffield United.
Alan Kelly. Oh, it's a good flick on. White's up there, charged away from him. Oldham too have really got to win to keep survival, and that's going to be the goal for them. Early goal for Andrew Hughes, who made the break. They have to win to Oldham. It's a real battle, this match. Flicked on again. Here's Hutchison. Good ball to the far post. Whitehouse heads it down. White's in there, goal! They needed that one. It levels it up. David White, good anticipation, fine turn. Instinctive finishing. Cowans has given it away. Beckford's in there. He's tackled well by Vonk. Vonk's done extremely well. White! Oh, yes! Picked his spot and lashed it in. But credit to Vonk there for his anticipation. He teed up White, who took his time and then buried it.
A 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace under their new manager Dave Bassett, and United were back at Bramall Lane playing Millwall.
Viet. Oh, he's going to get the return here. Carl Viet, 1-0. He works so hard, he deserves that sort of rub of the green now and again. In the end, it was the defender that returned the favour to him. and he took full advantage. Patterson, good return ball for Mitch Ward. Ward's sprung the offside trap. Viet chasing towards goal. Hutchison's in the middle, and it's there. Don Hutchison gets the goal. Carl Viet made it for him. Ward to Viet, both of them onside. Hutchison screaming for it. Viet picked him out, and he picks up the top corner. Whitehouse corner kick. Oh, headed on, and it's goal! It's in. First time header, and that'll do nicely. No doubt about that one. David White again. Now Charlton can be dangerous. They're up there challenging, and that's why Kelly has to make a great save. Driven in again. Headed down there. Danger here. It's going to be a goal. It's gone in. That's the equaliser. Free kick edge of the penalty area. Vital match again. Curled over. Oh, and headed in. And a worst possible start for Sheffield United. Vaughan couldn't get the challenge in. Oh, and the Blades are shell-shocked. 2 goals right at the start. Hutchison's corner. That's a fine header. It's a really good header. Angel.
Which probably was a turning point with the game against West Brom at home. We got beat 2-1. And I think we realised then the position we were actually in. I mean, I think that took us probably second bottom maybe, thereabouts, and we realised we played more games and we started getting it together after then.
They were leaking goals. The goals against were terrible, so we had to stop that and just rock things up defensively, which we did. And the first 8 or 10 games, I think we only lost 1, but we kept drawing. It was 0-0, 1 each, 2 each, but defensively we were looking quite solid.
If you have a poor defensive record, then you're always going to be in trouble. So we started really to try and concentrate on that and start not to concede goals. At the same time, maybe it did take us something away from the attacking aspect of the game, and we found it difficult to score goals.
And once we did get the lead, we were finding it hard to hold on to it. So we did rock it up defensively, but when we were, say, for example, at Tranmere, we were 1-0 up and coasting it, and then the lads, for some reason, got a little bit of fear into them, thinking, blimey, we're in the lead here, can we hold on to it? So that fear factor crept in and we started to freeze defensively. But again, you have to work on that, and once the lads overcome that and we started to score goals at the other end and still keeping the clean sheets, that's why we put the good run together.
Does you for Barnsley. Shirtliff. Oh, United have won it well. Walker helps it on to Angel. Angel shoots and scores. 1-0. And Walker set him up a treat. Lovely ball through into his path, inviting the strike. 1-0.
After a stalemate against Norwich between 2 teams desperate for points, it was away to Birmingham City, and Gary Ablett playing his first game on loan.
Mitch Ward's corner. Flicked on. Walker's there. Goal. Tremendous stuff. Good flick on, and Andy Walker is a poacher, that's why.
Following a 0-0 draw against Stoke City, United put on a less than pleasing show against Millwall.
It's a good run by Fuchs. Oh, and he's knocked it in the back of the net. Millwall ahead.
Believe me, I was down. I mean, I'd just seen a performance which was the worst one since I came here. The players were dead, and I thought, well, if this is going to be the way that things are going to go in the next few games, we're going to be relegated.
We had a disastrous game. We were beaten. We had a lot of new players in the club. What we did during the following week, we got all the lads together one afternoon and took them out, and we had a meal and sat them all down, and asked their opinions and got involved in what's happening here and there and what we want to do, where we want to take the club.
Really, it was like a get to know you type of lunch, and from then on they got results, but not only got results. I mean, it looked like a good team.
Ablett. It's a fine ball forward. Walker. Oh, it's a good save. Very good stop. He thought he'd taken it round the keeper then. It's a really good time challenge by the goalkeeper. Turned by David White. Now Patterson. Roger Nielsen. Oh, it's a nice little channel to put it in. Starbuck turns and shoots. Fine save. Worth a dig from there by Phil Starbuck. Walker again. Good pace to get there. Andy Walker. Now Whitehouse. It's a good cross and it's hit first time off the angle. David White, very, very unfortunate. Nielsen again, it's a fine break. Starbuck. And is that a back pass? It looks a back pass and it's given. It had to be, there's no argument. Phil Starbuck there, the defender helps it onto his keeper, and that's forced to be a back pass. This could be the chance. Hutchison's there waiting. It is Hutchison, and it's a goal! A vital goal for Sheffield United. Starbuck with the touch, and Hutchison, you can't really hit a ball much harder than that. Gary Ablett. Oh, he's knocked that one long up the middle, good tester, and there's a chance, and there's a goal. Andy Walker, that's what he's there for. Headed down for him well, first time finish, perfect. Long one by Nielsen. Good turn again. Oh, it's great play, and that's going to be a penalty kick. It's got to be. Taylor brought down in the box, and the penalty's given. Mitch Ward, yes. Great penalty for 2-0.
I think if you look at Leicester away, I think that gave me great satisfaction because we did look a team. We looked organised, we looked solid, and we worked for each other. And the Leicester victory, I think, was very, very satisfying. And I thought then we weren't going to be having many problems on the run-in, which I'd feared before then.
Ablett again, threads it out wide. Oh, lovely touch by Nielsen, full of confidence. Patterson, helped on by Taylor. Here's White. White hits one. Oh, look at that for a goal. That's class. Really is. He's 25 yards from goal. To have the confidence to chip the keeper, that is sublime skill. White again, he's really getting his form together. Hutchison looking casual. Patterson, still a chance. And a goal. Andy Walker, yet again, hits the back of the net. If you don't clear it and Walker's around, you've got problems. Cowans. It's another fine ball out wide. Hutchison helps it on. White's got the pace. Oh, when he's got the cross, it's a perfect one. And Walker's there, and he was brave for that finish. And he scored again. David White wraps his foot round the ball, hooks in the cross, Taylor's header, and then Walker. Nielsen. Far post cross, headed back in. and a goal. It's a great volley. Taylor scores at last. And you can feel the relief. It's a good header down for him by White, and the finish is even better. Oh, lovely football. White's on the run again. David White must score. Yes, he does. Near post. It's a beauty. An absolute peach of a goal. Acceleration takes him away, picks his spot and buries it. It's into the box there. Oh, there are appeals for a penalty and given against Hodgson. He's a little unfortunate there. The referee felt it fit to give a spot kick and no mistake made. White. Patterson. Oh, that's a fine ball back in there. Hutchison. Over to the far post. Taylor's in there. And he felt that there was an infringement, and it has been given. Yeah, it looks like hands. Penalty. Dane Whitehouse. Again, no mistake at all. Bang in the corner. Takes them so confidently, with such accuracy into the corners. Hodgson. Forward by Ward. Long chase on for Taylor, but he's got there, good strength. Fine ball in, and White bludgeons it. Just blasts it in. Absolutely no mercy for David White. Number 2. When he gets half a sight at goal here, that's just a terrific finish. It's a good run. Past Walker, past Whitehouse. Pulls back the cross, there's the volley, and that's one back for Portsmouth.
After a 0-0 draw against Sunderland, United were unbeaten in 14 games and went to Grimsby.
Mitch Ward sells the dummy. Perfect cross, Walker's there. It looked so easy. Mitch Ward, perfect. Ward again. That's helped on nicely, and a chance for Taylor. He's got the curl and he's got the corner. Gareth Taylor just curled it round the defender and into the back of the net. Cowan's out wide, and there's the goal. Walker. You felt he might have crossed it from there, but no such luck. It's well defended by United, and when the defence is breached, Simon Tracy's in incredible form. It's a good turn, good challenge. It's in the box. There's nobody else in there except possibly Whitehouse on this far side. Oh, he's hooked it in amazingly from that angle. Nielsen again, got space, good cross, Walker, yet another, 3-0.
The Blade season ended just a little too early. Another game or two could have brought them a playoff place. But when Port Vale came to town for the final match, the club and the fans made it a celebration, a red and white day to remember. Tony Curry and Keith Edwards were among the former Blades who put the crowd in the mood with the penalty shootout. And a driving rhythm from the drumming band helped the Junior Blades celebrate their good season. All in all, a great day for the club and the fans having a day to remember.
Carnival atmosphere at Bramall Lane for the last match of the season. But that may be tarnished here by Port Vale's first goal. And yes, it is, and it's well taken. And it was a fine move. Patterson. Corner weighted up to the far post. Flicks on, Walker's there. He doesn't miss them from that range. That's one apiece. And the crowd salute him.
At the end of the season, the players salute the fans. Everyone now looking forward to starting next season where we left off, in high spirits, with a new look team, stadium and manager.
What happened at the club, I mean, there was about 40 odd professionals here when I arrived here. I mean, that was too many. And the changes that were taking place, I think that the players who were here previously were respecting the ability of the players who were joining them. And I think that once they knew that they had a part to play also, then I think that, and we signed them on new contracts, the likes of Mitch Ward and Dane Whitehouse, they knew then that they had a part to play in the future of the club.
If somebody was to say to you, what is the Howard Kendall ethic about how you A, turn a team around and B, the philosophy of how you play football, what would you say it is?
Well, I think you have principles in terms of play that you believe it's the right way to do things that the crowd want to see. I like a good goalkeeper, I like a solid back four organised, I like good workers in the middle of the park, being able to create opportunities, and I like goal scorers. I mean, I think that's what the fans like as well.
It's really give everybody a buzz. There's a real buzz about the place now, and everybody's looking forward to next season, whereas quite rightly we should be installed as one of the leading lights for next season.
What we've got to do next season is basically go out with the same attitude and the same frame of mind we've done for this last 2-3 months. If we can just do that without thinking about anything, then before you know it, you're putting a run together again and you're sitting right up there. It's nice to go in there next season as favourites. It'd be lovely, eh?
If we had finished the season fourth bottom, just survived relegation, we would have been happy because we would have retained our status, but I would have expected us still to get out of this league next season, whatever finishing position we're in. So we expect to be one of the favourites, and rightly so.
Well, we sincerely hope that we can do that, and we're confident that we can. When you're winning games like we're winning games at the moment, everybody starts to tip you next year. But what you have to look at is teams coming down from the Premier League, the strong sides in the First Division at the moment, and I think next year it'll be a good league, a hard one. But we're confident that we've got the squad here, perhaps another addition or two during the summer. A good pre-season, as I've mentioned, get the lads going, get them working together. As a club, as a spirit, get that going again. Carry on from where we've left off this season. And yes, I think we can do very well next year, and hopefully we can get this club back into the Premier League.
I mean, what we want to do really is to try and attract the missing Sheffield United supporters who have had an uncertain time over the last couple of years, not knowing where the club are going, not knowing when the new stand is going to be built, possibly the manager not unable to move in the transfer market because of the financial situation. But now it has changed, and what we're going to try and do is to bring the supporters back in, to keep them by showing them that we are ambitious, by playing attractive football, winning football, and then they can go and spread the gospel, and hopefully we'll have full houses here very shortly.